Freezy.
Alright. Thank you, Lekits.
Thank you, Lekit. You will be able to watch it later either on Twitch VODs or YouTube. Or that could have been Schmoofin. Although there is a tiny bit of lag, he does not seem phased. It is as if he was born and raised in lag.
Yes.
Are you perhaps used to missing L cancels? That is why you're used to lag.
I always miss
Such
them.
a funny joke. I mean, I'm sorry, dude. Okay, for episode 2, as you can see on your screen, I invited the Kallkorv. I titled this one the Daydee Slayer. Not because Kallkorv beats Daydee every time, but because Kallkorv has beaten Daydee.
Once.
Once.
Once out of 3, 4
But it was
times.
very hype.
It was very hype.
Should I maybe have written Soma Slayer instead? It isn't as hype. Daydee
No.
Slayer is hype. And we had Daydee last time, so it's like makes it
Yeah.
sound cooler.
It's a theme.
It's a theme, exactly. Daydee is gonna be in every title from now on.
Next time we'll have the Daydee acquaintance.
And then Daydee's mother.
Yeah. Daydee's colleague.
Daydee's colleague. We just follow Daydee's social circles.
Yeah. Stalk him.
Daydee Slayer.
Yeah. You can invite anyone.
Anyone who's
Slayer,
beaten you.
Slayer, yeah.
I'll invite Netto Nixon.
Yeah, don't do that. Daydee Slayer.
So, I guess a short introduction for those of you who do not know Kallkorv.
Where have you been?
No, let's just start with how did you start with Smash?
Originally, me and Sprak, the known Samus player from Stockholm, Sprak bought the game actually way back, like in 2002 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started playing it a lot. Like I was really enjoying the game when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like even then it was like my favorite game.
Yeah. That was kind of sick.
And he left.
Yeah.
But yeah, even then it was it's always happened.
Yeah.
Even then,
Do you want to switch to the? Let's take a little. As an innovation from last stream, I have adapted, and so we have the interview view. So now
Yes.
you see us and our faces, and if you write something, it will come up in the chat. So which you can see on your screen. So feel free to ask Kallkorv something as well, and we'll answer the questions. But how did you start with Smash? You told me that Sprak, who is a known Samus player from Stockholm,
yeah,
is your brother, right?
he's
let's
my
just,
brother.
Let's just give some exposition.
Yeah.
So he bought the game, and you two started playing it.
Yeah, we started playing it, and we played it a lot when we were younger. Like, I had a bunch of friends that I used to play it with, and like everyone else in Smash, I was the best in my block. Like among my friends, I was the best.
What about your brother?
We're arguing about that. Who was better? But I think he was better at the start, and then I got better because I played it like every day for 6 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to play Mario and Captain Falcon, I remember.
So this was when you were very young.
Yeah.
Like how old were you at the time?
I was in 4th grade. So, or I remember playing it
Around 10 years old.
Yeah, 10 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my hardcore years.
Mm-hmm.
And then we played a lot, and then eventually I stopped playing it, but you always play it like at parties and stuff. So eventually I saw a tournament on Twitch
Yeah.
That was called, I think it was Kings of Cali,
Mm-hmm.
and Scar and Oscar were commentating it. Lovage, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow, these guys are entertaining. That's interesting.
So this was your first contact with competitive mainly?
Yeah, and I was like interested because of the way they acted, because they were very like inviting and very charismatic. So I got into it that way, and then I stopped for the gameplay because I saw there was a Swedish guy who was called Armada.
Yeah.
So like coming up next, Swedish flag Armada.
Oh.
And I was like, oh wow, a Swedish guy in the top.
Yeah.
And I was interested, of course, because I played when I was younger. It's
Mhm.
like one of my favorite games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just saw the way they moved and like how fast they were and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Because I, like everyone else, you think I'm the best in my block.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine moving like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible.
Because you had a good enough feel for the game that you could see that that movement is not something that's
Yeah.
even like, yeah.
That's the thing. It was like impossible in my mind.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
And then I looked up the documentary,
Mm-hmm.
and I watched through that like during the night. I was looking like
What year was
all
this?
the way through it. It was probably 2014
Okay.
or maybe 14 or 13.
Okay.
And I looked through the documentary like in one go, one session,
Mm-hmm.
just like all nighting it. And then me and my friend Rickard,
Mhm.
we started playing and like started trying different tech.
Just strategies
Yeah,
for beating each other?
techniques.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Mm.
Like wave dashing,
dashing,
and the
out
basics,
cancelling,
out cancelling.
Shuffling. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Mm.
And I think
What character did he play?
he played Fox.
Okay. Mm.
And I think Sprak. Yeah, I think he got a hold of, like he found out about it about the same time. And
Independently from you.
I think so, yeah. Or I told him about it. I can't really remember.
Mm-hmm.
But then eventually we started playing a lot because we were living in the same house then.
Mm-hmm.
Both were living at my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a CRT eventually. And we just started playing a lot, like every day.
Yeah.
And that was one of the funniest things, like playing with someone and then constantly adapting to how that person is playing. Because I didn't have anyone else to play with. So, it was
So you
just,
mostly played with your brother?
yeah, it's like only him.
Yeah.
Um,
So Rickard stopped playing?
Yeah, Rickard wasn't. We played a bit, but he wasn't as serious.
Mhm.
Like he wasn't as into it as I was,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't have it at home, so he couldn't like practice on his own.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and Sprock, we just started like adapting to each other all the time, and I figured out like some, because he was playing Samus back then too, like some Samus takes like, oh, this works on Samus. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
And it's so nice with melee. It's like the reward is so, it's so visual. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can really see yourself improving
Mm-hmm.
at a rate. It's so like clear how much you've improved.
There's a clear difference between what you did before and the change you made and how it
Yeah.
affects the game.
Yeah, and it just like the way you move, like
Yeah.
it gets much faster. Like,
Yeah.
Once you do the shuffle, you
Yeah.
can do the shuffle and everything.
Yeah.
Then it's like a different game altogether.
This is a quick sidetrack.
Yeah.
I'm teaching my girlfriend right now basics of Smash, and she's playing Pikachu.
Yeah.
And right now, I recently, the last time we played, I taught her that, because what she did, like, she likes to fight against like LoL PCs and stuff, like everyone does, casually.
Yeah.
And one of her strategies was that she would run to the other side of the stage, wait for them to like walk toward her,
Yeah.
and then jump toward them and try to hit them with something, right?
Yeah.
And she's learned short ups pretty well, so she can like short up Nair with Pikachu and stuff.
Yeah.
So I then told her, because she was like, I can't get this because they're too fast. They're too fast. So I taught her, well, if you do a wave dash instead of doing run, you know the run stop animation where like you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
the super slow one.
Yeah.
If you just do a wave dash at the end and then dash back,
Yeah.
she was like, oh, okay, I'll try. And then she did it, and immediately she was like, oh, that's so much faster.
Yeah.
Like you can see it visually in a way that like it's instant gratification.
Yeah.
You know that's how you're supposed to move.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's what you felt when you started
Yeah.
learning this type of stuff.
Yeah, and also that it's so intuitive.
Yeah.
Or you already know what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
In a lot of situations. Like I can get there probably if I do this.
Yeah.
Because it's so obvious. Like once you get to know the.
It's very
the
logical
movements.
in a way.
Yeah. So that's why, yeah. Like from being my favorite game and then adding on this layer of competitive, like the competitive Smash, which is like the best competitive game I've ever played, and then it's like clear that like I need to play this.
Yeah.
So just to answer Sharp's question, Sprak actually.
The question was, how did you come up with your tag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just created a Xbox Live account way back, and he just called it Kallkorv. I don't know why.
So you stole your brother's tag.
Yeah, and the translation is like cold sausage.
Yeah.
So I just stole it, and then I don't have any imagination of my own, so I just used it everywhere.
Question regarding how you found competitive Smash. You said that you and your brother played a lot and that you adapted.
Yeah.
How much of the adaptation came from you watching other people play Smash, and how much came from you just playing?
It came from me playing, I think, but I watched a lot as well. But if it came from watching, it was more subliminal because I didn't watch like how to adapt or like how to do this.
Yeah.
I watched some like technique guides, but it was more like I just watch Mango versus Armada and like not really analyze it, but just
watching
for fun.
it through.
Yeah, and then you pick up some stuff like, oh, this works, cool, and stuff like that. But I think it was mostly playing, just because it's so intuitive. You can just keep playing and you'll get it eventually. Yeah. Should I play a game?
Yeah, we can play a game.
You can try to hit me with a question. I think I'm more focused now.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like coming from, because then I used to play only with Sprak, like I said.
Yeah.
And then eventually he and Matthias, or Radio as he was called.
Kevin Spacing also now, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They started going to a tournament in SU, Stockholm.
Yeah.
Like the locals. And they went there twice, I think. And I was like to Rika, like to my old friend, I was like, hey,
I guess.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, we have to go there. I want to see what's up. Because then I was also, because I played so much with my brother already. So in my head I was like having a plan like, I want to be really good before I get there. And then everyone would be like, oh, who's this guy? And then I own everyone. That was my plan, like. Yeah. And I thought I was like pretty good technically, I thought. I ended up playing Potts the first round, the first opponent I ever played.
A Stockholm Marth.
Yeah. And he like destroyed me. And you get kind of conceited when you only play against one character and one person. Yeah. Because it's like, you know their habits, so you're gonna adapt to everything they do. But as long like as soon as you face another character or another player with another habit, you're not nailing this thing that you would against that player. So you start to choke and like second guess yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I complained about this a bit back then as well, but with the CRTs then,
Mm-hmm.
because we had one back home that I thought was really good,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we came there, I thought it was totally different,
Mhm.
like the lag and everything.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you felt like not only were you playing against characters and players you had never played before, and
Yeah.
this was your first exposure into that,
yeah,
but you also felt like the game didn't feel as it should because there was some lag on the TV or the setup was different.
yeah. So a lot of Johns already, but
Yeah.
that was.
So how did it go? Who was your second opponent?
My second opponent. Actually, don't remember. I went 0-2, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Or did I? Maybe I took one game of someone.
Was this a downstairs SU or a upstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay. Was this the one that I talked to you, or was that
no.
a different one?
I think that was my second or third
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because for those of you who don't know, the local we have, SU, has 2 floors. And during the summer, around the time both of us started, we sometimes were forced to play on the upstairs part of the venue. Which worked sometimes because sometimes we were a very small crowd. And especially if they said it's going to be upstairs, less people showed up because they knew it would be very crowded in a small space. Because at the time that I started and you started going to locals, Stockholm was at its peak of attendees.
yeah.
I think there's a local with 68 attendees or something.
That's
At just a
insane.
regular weekly on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
That feels so weird right now.
Yeah,
Because they're like 20 all the time.
but your first 2 tournaments were both upstairs tournaments.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was downstairs the first time.
Okay, the one that you go 2-0 down.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm.
And then I think it's the second or third time, because I thought that was like a fluke, because I was playing so weird and bad,
Yeah.
like technically.
Yeah.
And it was because of the reasons I just said, and also the nerves from playing.
Against a player who you
Yeah.
don't know who's like better than you.
No, I mean like that and tournament.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
tournament.
Mhm.
That's like a whole nother layer as well.
Yeah.
Something's on the line.
Mm.
But and then like the second or third was upstairs when you talked to me the first time,
Mhm.
and I faced nobody the first. No, I faced like Flippy, I think,
Mhm.
the winners,
Mhm.
and he was like really technical,
Mhm.
and I was super scared. I was like, oh shit, this guy is so good.
Yeah.
And then he suicided like 3 times,
Yeah.
and I won. I was like, okay, cool. That's cool. And I was like, oh, what an upset, but I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then I played nobody.
Who is a Stockholm old school fox,
Yeah,
who now goes by the name of Prips in the UK.
oh yeah,
He has also been in Gothenburg. He's been a bit of everywhere.
yeah.
But at this time, he was in Stockholm.
yeah. And I think I heard from someone that he's pretty good or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I played him, and he played Game & Watch the first game,
Yeah.
and I beat his Game & Watch, and then I beat his Falco the second game, I think, or maybe it was game.
And it
three.
was a game of best of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you won.
I won, and that was like my first upset thing. But he
Yeah.
played secondaries, but
Yeah.
people were pretty shocked in a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have to mention, since Adam said it, like I think the first time we went there, so I just remember because he mentioned it.
Adam being Sprak.
Yeah,
Was in the chat.
yeah,
Sorry.
Sprak.
Yeah. Mm.
My bro.
Yeah.
The first time we were there as well, when I got 02,
Mhm.
and Rickard, my friend, who hasn't played a lot.
The Fox friend who you played a little bit with in the beginning.
Yeah,
He came with you to the first tournament.
yeah, and he played Daydee the first game.
The Daydee.
Yeah, and he played as Samus.
Yeah.
And then Leffen was standing behind him, like chanting like 4 stock, 4 stock. Like the first time like the first set he ever played.
With Leffen as well.
Yeah.
That's actually so funny.
Yeah.
How often does Leffen chant 4 stock at locals?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen Leffen at locals like 2 times.
But I think it was streamed as well, so I think it was in the
okay.
commentary. So I think that's why.
Yeah.
But still, like that's
Funny.
funny.
Oh! Sorry. I shouldn't have popped. That was one too many. Oh!
But yeah, so
How did you end up playing Falco?
that's actually a good question. Oh wow, this is like.
Who did you play when you were a child? Let's start with that one. You said
played
Mario and Captain Falcon, right?
Yeah.
So why did you, when you start competitive, decide?
I started. What actually got me? I probably saw like Mango or someone playing it. I guess. But I think because we decided, me and Rickard.
Can we turn off the music, by the way?
Yeah.
There might be some like copyright shit going on.
True. Yeah. I think we just decided like 1 and 2 on the tier list or something.
Yeah.
Like I want to play Fox, I want to play Falco. They're both fast and they seem like you can do like that's melee. I think like you want to be able to do as much as possible. We want to get everything out of it. So
yeah.
Well, like that's what we thought back then at least.
So you picked like a good character because you knew it was like you had seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like once I started playing him, I realized that it's the most fun character in the game by far, in my opinion.
So you actually started, when you started trying characters, you immediately went for Falco and stayed there.
Yeah.
You didn't like mess around with other characters too much. Or?
No.
Okay.
I've never had like a secondary. All my secondaries suck.
Yeah.
I think I don't have the patience for any other character, I've realized.
Yeah.
Because with Falco you can just run in all the time.
Yeah.
And you don't have to wait. Like a lot of people or a lot of characters need to wait for recovering and stuff. Like Samus and Captain Falcon, and I don't have the patience. Just want to run in again. So that's basically it. Yeah.
Did your brother also switch characters when he started out playing competitive, or did he always play the same character?
He's been same Samus main for ever since he started playing. Like since I was young. So it was way back.
Did you and your brother keep like playing against each other even after you went to your first SU?
Yeah, we started. We kept playing, and then eventually, because that's a good topic actually. I played a lot in the beginning. Like I grinded a lot of tech skill as well. Because I was really motivated to get better. And I really wanted to go to SU and like have one of those tournaments like, who is this guy? And then just own everyone.
Yeah.
And I thought I was like improving pretty fast. And then eventually I improved bit by bit, so like took some names here and there. I got some like really lucky wins, I think, in the beginning, like upsets from people just SDing a lot, I think.
I think a lot of people were nervous playing against you since you, well, kind of were the guy who came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, I think so. But they didn't know it, because I played a lot back home before coming there. So.
Yeah, and you also didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that when you started going, you didn't go every time.
No.
You went like once and then maybe waited a month or two and then came back and then...
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, or I think in the beginning I was pretty consistent, I think.
Okay.
But that's what I was getting to, like, after a while, after getting some wins and like improving, and I think I got my first power ranking after a while. I was playing, back then I was a real gamer, and I was playing, I was working as an IT support, and I was also raiding World of Warcraft. And I was playing like enhancement shaman for people that play WoW. And I always had a habit of like spamming the buttons, even though I only have to press it once. It felt better to just
click it all the time.
Yeah. So I did that a lot, and when I raided, and then eventually one raid night, I just got a like really stinging pain in my thumb, and I was like, "What the fuck? That's weird," because it was like really sharp pain, and then eventually, like, I tried to play the raid, like play it out, but it was just like the pain was too sharp, so I was like, I can't actually play. So I told them like, yeah, I have some pain in my hand. And I hadn't had like, that was like the first real one.
Hand pain? Yeah.
Yeah, because I had like maybe some soreness or whatever, but that was like the first time. And then ever since then, I couldn't grind tech skill as much as I used to be able to.
Around what time did you start having hand pains in your Smash? Was this close to the time you started going to SU, or was this like after a while when you had gotten ranked? Or
yeah, I think this was maybe after my first power ranking or something. I can't really remember. Well, it was during Emerald Nightmare, I think, in WoW.
Yeah.
If anyone knows when that was. And then I used to be able to sit for like hours to play to tech skill, and then I could only sit for like maybe 20 minutes without
some form of pain.
Yeah. I think just the repetitive movements really hurt my hand. So I stopped playing a bit, and I didn't play as much with Sprock anymore either. And then like we talked about this a lot, but then like eventually it gets like worse and worse, and then you start like I started like feeling like I had pain, but I really didn't sometimes. But like it was hard to know. And then you like that's like your constant state of being as well, so you forget how it was not to be in pain.
Yeah.
It's like a weird thing. So I went to a lot of like hand doctors and whatever, but I didn't get any like diagnosis or anything. I just got like
sent to another doctor or some
and like try this, but it didn't work. So eventually I didn't play as much, and then that's when I started to like not go to tournaments as much. I used to go just to be power ranked. Yeah. Like go the limit to be ranked.
Yeah. And then not attend.
Yeah.
Let's pause the hand pain conversation for a bit.
Yeah.
And let's go back to when you first started playing. We were talking about you playing at SU and going with your brother, and then once you had played your sets, you went home immediately, right? And then you grinded.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I wasn't very social in the SU world in the beginning. We started talking like a while in, and that's when I like started talking with Ekim as well.
I feel like you
Obviously.
only started talking with people in the community because I kind of brute forced myself into talking to you.
Yeah.
Would you agree with this, or do you feel like it's an exaggeration?
I think it was like you rushed the situation. I think I would have eventually I would have gone into it, but yeah, it definitely helped like to speed things up. I think.
Yeah. Because I was at the time, from my point of view, I did play Falco at this point, and we were around the same level. You were a bit better than me at this point.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like so different that we couldn't talk about the game.
No.
And so, even though I know now that you probably didn't care about a word I said, like game-wise, I thought it was fun to like talk to a guy who's around my skill level about just like general the game, you know.
Yeah. No, I like to talk about the game for sure. I just don't. I'm not a big like frames guy.
Yeah. And when it gets too like specific and all.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because I don't know. I like to figure things out myself as well. So that's why I didn't watch a lot of like guides and stuff. Because I feel like you can just play and then eventually figure stuff out. Except for like some stuff. I like looking up things like, this would be useful. I want to learn this.
I feel like you look up things in combos.
Yeah, well, I watch...
Not like specifically watching for something,
No.
but I feel like if you see a combo, you can rewind and go, oh, I want to do this. Am I correct in this?
No, I wouldn't rewind it, I think. Or maybe like once. But I think, I watched like a lot of combo, like GR Smash and stuff, I guess. And then a lot of sets. But I think I just watched it once, I think. This guy's fucking me up.
Yeah, who cares?
But yeah, so where were we?
We were talking about how you went home to actually bring it back to the timeline.
Yeah.
We were talking about how you went home and grinded at home with your brother and then came back. Who would you describe was your first rival in Melee?
Great question.
And now I'm guessing you will say your brother.
Yeah.
So let's say outside of your like brother who you played in like all the time.
Yeah. I would say like first I think well I started to talk a bit with Master Kai when he was like the king of Stockholm. And I guess that would be like I wasn't nearly as good as him, but I liked playing against him, and I liked talking about the game with him. So I'm gonna like repeat what Daydee said the last episode, I think, and say Master Kai.
Yeah.
But then like there are always like people that are the ones that are like among my skill level at that time. That's always like
the ones you want to beat.
Yeah. So for now it would be, well, back then it was like you, I guess, and who else? I don't know.
Adam Kicks?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if I played a lot against him back then.
Pipsqueak was our level back then.
Yeah, but he was... Now, I'm just talking about like the first time I got there.
Yeah.
He wasn't very good then.
Okay.
But yeah.
Pots?
I guess Pots, but he was a lot better than me back then.
Tengil?
I never played him.
Okay.
Well, I didn't go a lot there.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have too many people to call my rivals because I didn't know anyone.
But are you even maybe I should have started with that question. Are you a person who like thinks about rivals? Is that like a thing that motivates you? Or is it just like a...
Yeah. I don't think like, oh, this is my rival or anything. But I just, like I said, like the people who are around my skill level, I really like playing against those people. Like now it would be you, Telman, Psych, Emanuel.
Yeah.
Like I think those are. Am I missing someone? I don't know. But I feel like we've been around the same skill level a while now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm missing someone, but I don't know.
Depending on what time, Gilliam.
Yeah, Gilliam. Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, so I guess that those, like, I always like playing against those people.
Yeah. How did you, like, from the first time when you came to SU and you lost and you left?
Yeah.
What motivated you to come back the second time? Because I feel like a lot of people, they go to one local and then they hang out and they play and they realize people are way better than me. And they just leave.
Yeah. Well, the thing was I didn't think people were that much better than me when I got there. Like maybe, like I had a lot of jobs, as I said, like the TVs and everything. And I was like playing pretty well back home because I had my TV and my matchup and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like I can potentially beat these people. I thought. And like I was like looking down on the Stockholm scene a bit, like these aren't that, they're not that great.
Yeah.
That was my like attitude. But then eventually I realized like I think there was a big line, as there is now, like some really good players. Like there's a definitive line between, I think that this guy is really good and this.
Yeah. There's like a line in Stockholm right now where you have like Pipsqueak Daydee, Ekim, Red Blaze, like that kind of person who's just stacks clearly above the like mid-level that we have now of the people we mentioned earlier about us and Telman and the rest of the people.
Yeah, I see stacks as like the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And what was the question here? I don't know.
The question was what motivated you to come back, and you said that it was because people, I didn't think they were that good in Stockholm.
Yeah, and also like I love the game, of course.
Yeah.
Like I love competing as well. So for a long time I didn't have anything to compete in except for like online games.
Have you ever competed in any other game except for Smash?
No. I competed in like I played a bit of sports when I was little, and I really liked that. So I think there's the competitive thing. Yeah. So that was like a void. A void has been filled.
Yeah.
Gillian said favorite set ever played.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Can I first ask you what makes a good set for you?
If both people are playing well, and like it shouldn't be. It should go back and forth. Like if I adapt to this, then you should adapt to that. And like as long as I see it as long as none of the people give up, it should be a good set if both people really want to win. And if they're both like equally skilled, then it's like constantly goes back and forth, and you feel like you really have to try to be able to beat that person. And then I think it has happened sometimes. Like we had a really good set one time, I remember.
At SU?
Yeah,
I remember.
That was like game 5. I think it's always like game 5,
Yeah.
game 3 situations.
Yeah.
They're like nail biters. Like both my sets against Daydee were really
Yeah.
cool
Very good.
for me.
Yeah.
Because I played him once, and then I hadn't played for a long time because of my hand pains and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like my mental game was really good back then,
Mm-hmm.
and like I really wanted to win. And like Daydee, I get it that it's pretty impossible to be that motivated to beat someone that's not like, if you're expected to win, it's a lot harder to get the motivation.
Yeah. To actually practice to beat that person.
Yeah, exactly. But I played him once at Sith,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was like last game 3, last hit
Mm-hmm.
on Fountain of Dreams,
Mm-hmm.
and I choked it so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we played another time like 2 weeks later at SU,
Yeah.
and it was exact same situation, like last stock, last hit,
Mm-hmm.
Fountain of Dreams,
Mhm.
game 3,
Mm-hmm.
and I choked this time too, but we both choked. Like I think he choked a bit
More.
worse.
Mhm.
Yeah, that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Sprock saying like, you can never beat Daydee. It's too good. I
Yeah.
was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was like the only matchup I knew.
Yeah.
I played that so much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was like, that's like my biggest achievement, I guess, like beating Daydee.
Mm-hmm.
That would be one. Then I played a guy in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
a fox, an American fox, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a really cool set against him.
Yeah.
I don't remember his tag or anything, but
Yeah.
that was one of them. But yeah, you just get those moments when it's like really close,
Mm-hmm.
and you really care about winning, like, because sometimes it could be close, but I still like, unless I feel like I'm giving my all, then
Mm-hmm.
it's not as good of a set.
Yeah.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
I like for me,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm having problems like motivating myself.
Yeah. So those are some of your favorite sets that you remember.
Yeah.
Speaking of good sets, when you were about to get power ranked,
Yeah.
what was your mentality going into it? You mentioned that you really wanted to get power ranked. Was that the end goal, or was the goal that motivated you to beat players, or was there something else entirely?
I remember because I was really hyped up about Smash
Mhm.
in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the best in the world.
Yeah.
It was like one of my goals, like, and I really liked the community. Like, I watched a lot of Scar and Toph,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked like the vibe, the like casual vibe,
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't esports or whatever
Yeah.
you call it.
Yeah, it's kind of grassroots.
Yeah, and it felt like very very genuine. Like
Mhm.
I really liked Scar, especially
Mm-hmm.
like his way of acting and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought like, oh, it would be cool to go to tourneys in the US and get to know these people.
Yeah.
But that was like the beginning, and then I like after the hand pains, I
Mhm.
kind of gave up that dream.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the question?
What motivated you to get power ranked?
Oh yeah.
What did you actually care about being on the ranking, and that was the motivation in and of itself? Or, but you kind of answered that by saying that you wanted to be the best in the world
Yeah.
back then, and in that sense, and of course you have
Yeah.
to be better than people if you want to be the best in the world.
Yeah. I was like that. I guess the first goal would be first on the Stockholm power ranking.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dream is still alive.
Do you still want to be the best in Stockholm?
No.
Except for Leffe.
Yeah, no, but I like competing. Maybe the best in Stockholm, but I realized that I don't have the motivation to like play certain matchups and in certain ways. I want to play the way I want to play, and I can't play like, for example, against Ice Climbers and Jigglypuff. I don't want to play that way, so I would never like aim to be really good just because I don't want to play against those characters, I guess. So it's like I'm not having fun playing those characters. So.
What's the difference for you? Like, how do you feel the difference between being motivated and demotivated?
It's really, I think it's most important thing to be motivated, to get better.
But like,
obviously.
how do your thought patterns differ when you are motivated? For instance, you're saying now that you don't feel that you're that motivated.
No.
If you compare that to when you were the most motivated.
Yeah. I guess when I was the most motivated, I would watch a lot of like tech skill vids and like practice tech skill and stuff. I think like because I have like spurts of motivation now, but that only comes when I'm taking breaks between playing. So I could play like once every 2 days maybe, like some rollback, and then I'm actually having fun playing. Like I won't get frustrated losing to someone, and I just like thinking about the game and like adapting in like really fast situations and stuff. So that's like my in-game mentality. That's what differs there, I think. Just it gets a lot more fun to play. Like I actually want to play the game. Compared, like sometimes when I'm not motivated, I just like autopilot and hate myself. So yeah, I guess that's the difference.
What do you think it is in the breaks that makes you feel like you want to play again?
I think I get a lot more fresh in the mind. Like combos come a lot more naturally to me, and like everything makes more sense in a way. I can just do this and like, this should happen.
You just go fucking destroyed, dude.
I take the same way
every time.
Yeah,
sorry, keep going. Yeah.
I just wanted to see if we would do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you lose the question?
I was talking about something.
I was asking you about motivation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you said that you feel a lot more clear in the head when you've taken a break.
Yeah, like the combos, like it all feels so much more natural.
Yeah.
And I'm actually like super focused on the game when I take breaks.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of, because I've been doing a lot of meditation and stuff. So I found that like having complete focus in something, like anything, gets you a lot more like enjoyment out of it. Like it could be literally anything. Just gets more enjoyable when you focus. And like when I'm not motivated, I'm not focused. So then I'll just play and like for playing. Yeah. And then I just get frustrated because I don't know why am I playing. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Speaking of mentality, taking a break, I think after this game we should go into camera mode and give your
Yeah.
hands a little bit of a snooze.
It's a good idea.
I think that when you're touching on meditation,
Yeah.
do you think that this is something that has helped you in Smash specifically also? Not only for like the mentality's sake, as you said before, where you enjoy it more. Do you think it specifically helps you in your gameplay as well?
Yeah, I actually do, because or it's linked to the mentality thing, which is, it's kind of weird, because when I was playing Daydee the first time, like I was saying, like my tech skill was so bad. Like I still have the VOD of the second time, and it's actually really, really bad. Like I miss a lot of stuff. So I wasn't like carried by my tech skill or anything.
Yeah.
So and I wasn't even thinking like, oh, if he does this, then I should do that. Which is what I think what you're supposed to do, and what I like started learning a bit, like to adapt to situations and like, oh, this makes sense. But it was more like basically not giving up, I think.
Yeah.
Which is like really cliche, but I felt like I always had that feeling of even if I was down like a few stocks against Daydee, which is like feels impossible like on paper.
You still believe that you could somehow win it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was pretty sick.
No! Lamau.
But yeah, I still felt like I could win it, yeah. And I guess some I think some things are like just some subconscious as well.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to be thinking, oh, if he does this, then I'm gonna do that. It's like it comes naturally while you're playing.
Yeah.
Good games, whoever you are.
Whoever you are. Makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, I was actually really shocked that I could beat him with that tech skill. And just that mentality of really wanting to win, I think.
How does that actually take shape in your head? Like, is there like a voice telling you, I'm fucking gonna beat this guy? Or is there like a feeling, or...
No, it's like... I think it's more of a... like, I guess I would be really calm, I think, in my head. I think it was always like, I could do this. I'm not actually saying I could do this in my head. I'm not thinking that, but I'm like believing that, I think. Like sometimes you like try to force yourself, oh, I can do this, even though you're like 2 stocks up and or he's like 3 stocks up and he's like the best in the world. And then you're like, oh, I can do this. Like you're trying to trick yourself.
Yeah.
But then when you actually believe that you can do it, it's like a different thing.
So you're kind of describing like how, I guess, like genuinely the essence of just feeling confidence.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think it was a lot the matchup as well. Oh yeah, I had just talking about favorite sets. I had a really good set against Sharp as well. If Sharp is here. Where I was down like 3 stocks to 1, I think.
Yeah.
On Dreamland. And then I actually got that feeling again, like I can actually do this, I think. Because as soon as I start getting hits in, because Melee is such a like momentum heavy game, as soon as you start to get some like hit confirms, like I get a clean downer into something, then it's like a roller coaster. Like it just you just go ham for a while. And I feel like as long as I get those clean hits, then I can always win the game.
Yeah.
But when I get blocked and like danced around and stuff, like if I don't get those clean hits, I can't do anything. But as soon as I get them, I know I can basically get a kill if I play this right, I guess.
Did you come back that set against Sharp?
I did, yeah.
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 I remember that set. PTSD from that last day.
Yeah. That felt good though. Felt good for me. But yeah, I guess some sets against Sharp as well for sure has been the best sets I've played. I really like Peach Falco actually. It's a good matchup.
What do you think is the difference between, because you talked earlier about there being levels in Stockholm, right? Like currently.
Yeah. And
there's a difference between the level of Daydee and Pipsqueak.
Yeah.
And or Daydee Pipsqueak level and our level, for instance.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to talk about. I guess I'll ask you this, but I feel like it's hard for me to say what the difference is between me and Daydee. But I'd first like to ask you that, just to see if you have any sort of like.
Between you and Daydee's?
Between like the level between our level and Daydee's and Sprox and all those lads.
Yeah. For me, I think the biggest thing is whenever I do, and I think this just comes with experience. And obviously, like you have to think about the game, but if I come down from the top platform with a downer, for example, I would never get that hit, like no matter what the circumstance on Ekim, Daydee or Pipsqueak. Just I would never do that.
Yeah.
And whenever I do that on like our level, sometimes I will get it.
Yeah.
And I will not always get punished by the other player.
Yeah.
Which is like a huge difference, because then you start to think, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
And I'm allowed to do this.
Yeah.
So you get a lot more freedom. And then you stop, like just one of those hits, like they will always dash dance back and grab you for like stupid hits. So they won't get hit by stupid stuff. And I think, like in my mind, that's just experience. Like they faced the coming down from platform down there like a million times.
Yeah.
They know exactly what he's gonna do, so they're just gonna do the answer. Yeah. Like the solution to that.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the biggest, I guess, experience, but that's like a boring answer.
Yeah.
But still.
What do you think is the difference between our level and the level below us? I'm gonna refill the water while you.
Yes, thank you. That's a good question. I think Tobbe. We can compare ourselves to Tobbe.
Did he say so?
He said, "Wait, is that me?"
Sure.
Sure, yeah. Well, I think it's a lot of experience as well, of course. Like if you take Tobbe, for example, he hasn't played for as long as us, for sure. And I think for a lot of people, because some people stick around in one skill area for a while. And I think it's just when you decide to give up on improving, that's like when you stop improving, of course.
Do you think that people actually stop giving up on improvement?
I don't know. I think people's their way of improving is a lot different as well, of course. Like some people's way of improvement is worse than other people's, I think. Like you can see that in every game. Like people in League of Legends trying to improve in bronze when they have like 2,000 games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like some people they need to figure something out. to be able to improve. But I think for our level at least, like I was trying really hard to get better before, and now I like stopped. So now I'm in that level, and I'm not like rising because I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
Like if I was watching like VODs and like doing tech skill and stuff, eventually I would have improved. Like as long as I keep a good mentality and like learn from my sets and everything. And I think that's what you're doing right now with the drug fox lessons and everything. Like you're trying to improve, and like slowly but surely you're like rising above
maybe
the rest of us.
We'll see.
The mid levels.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I still get beat by like Telman every time and shit, but like I don't know.
Telman has improved as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's hard because it's like we're all improving, right? And I think there's also because you touched on something where how people improve is different. And I think one interesting thing is I know for a fact that the way that you improve is different from the way I improve.
Yeah, for sure.
And how you and I improve and try to improve is probably very different from how Daydee tries to improve. For instance.
One thing was really clear because I looked at the last player spotlight with Daydee, and the thing that stuck out with me was that I felt like he was really at least above my level of caring about the game and like improving in general.
Yeah.
Like I got that feeling. He didn't like say it out loud, but it was like, I can feel that he cares, and it makes sense that he's that level if he cares at that level.
Yeah.
So that was interesting actually.
Because I feel like also there are people that care.
Yeah.
That care probably more than we do, that are lower level than us.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I could think of, for instance, to name drop a person. We both played against Seven Bananas a lot, and he has been around our level for a long time. But he's like this one skill gap below us probably right now, and he's been around our level and one skill gap below for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's a guy who tries a lot. If you ask him if he's trying to get better at the game, I feel like he will respond yes.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Like you would have to get him on the show.
Yeah.
But I think maybe he's because I get the feeling he's trying to do a lot of cool stuff as well, which is fine. But like if I think he's doing that, maybe he's not doing that in tournament actually. I don't know. But I felt like for a while he was doing that in tournament as well, which tells me he wants to have fun more than improve, which is fine. But yeah, either he's trying to have fun or he needs to like figure something out, I guess.
Yeah.
Or he's just like, I like that he has his own style as well. Like he's not trying to adapt to someone else, like or like copy someone else. It's just like trying to play his own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, in a sense, a lot of what improvement comes down to is A, motivation is really big, but B, it's being motivated in the right things.
Yeah.
Because I could be super motivated to be the best in Stockholm, but I'm not motivated at all in actually practicing, for instance, power shielding lasers against Falco as my Marth, for instance.
Yeah.
So I try real hard to beat Falcos while playing the Falco, I feel like I'm trying my best to win against this person. I'm doing my best to beat him right now.
Yeah.
I'm focusing, but you're not trying to improve while not playing that guy.
Yeah.
And you're not playing him in a way that's productive for improving.
Yeah. That's I have the best example of that. I was playing what's the Falco that used to be in Stockholm? He he was playing a bit more defensively with lasers.
Rev?
No. I would have remembered him. No, but he stopped playing.
What color did he play?
I think it was blue.
Okay. A blue Falco who played defensively with lasers.
Yeah, and he was like improving. He was like our level back then, I think, about. And then anyway, I played him at not Duck Baby. This was way
back.
Yeah.
This is when we were playing, right? I guess.
Yeah.
A blue Falco.
Yeah. We used to say it was camping.
You did or me?
Maybe both of us actually.
Did I say he was camping me?
No, it was like it was a bit more defensive. But I played him anyway. I played him at Red Bull, a lot of friendlies, and like it was like the exact same game every time, and it was like last stock-ish. And like I won one game, then he won the next one. It's like literally 1-1. No, not Helix. And
are you talking about Polisen or someone like that? No.
Someone like that maybe. I don't know. Yeah. That era, I think. But it was like one game. No, not the American guy. It was
this
like
is way back.
Swedish.
This was before you guys like started going to Stockholm, I think.
Yeah. And I got a bit frustrated because I was like, I feel like I'm better than this guy.
And it's not like Squarecog or something.
No.
No.
I feel like I'm better than this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not beating him. And he's beating me like, it's exact same. And then, because I wasn't thinking about the game, like, I wasn't looking at his character.
Was it Fazentai?
No.
Sorry.
I was looking at my character.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking about the game while playing the game.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I will do this snare, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking like, oh, what will he do then? And
yeah.
like the chess mindset, like.
Yeah.
Because if I would have done that, I would have learned like some adaptions, and like I would eventually got a 2-stock or a 3-stock, and then he would have to adapt to that. Yeah. But this was like just brainless Falcons going at it, and like narrowing in and I think that's like the biggest improvement in a while I've done, like to try to think about the game while in the game. Yeah. And just adapt their tech patterns and everything, and not just autopilot. Because that's when you get frustrated, because you're like, oh, why am I not winning? But I'm not deserving to win because I'm not thinking about the game. Yeah, I'm just running in.
I also feel like, and this is something that I personally struggle with. I feel like some people, if you're like me, you kind of doubt that what you're doing is improving, and I feel like this is a different kind of. Because I, from when I've talked to you, I don't feel like you've had that much. But
what did you say? Sorry.
So what I'm going to say is that to me,
Swedish guy,
I have a lot of the time spent time wanting to improve, trying to improve, and trying very many different things. To me, my problem a lot of the time when trying to improve is not that it's not the fact that I'm not trying to improve. It to me was the fact that I was desperately trying to improve to the point where I would try something, it didn't work immediately. I would try something else, it didn't work immediately. And I just kind of kept half-assing things until something worked. Yeah. For instance, I'd try to like watch my opponent, for instance, because I had heard that was good. So I played like 3 games watching my opponent, and I'd be like, I'm way worse now. And then I'd stop. Yeah. But then I found something like, oh, you can shine out a tech in place, that seems good. And then I tried it for a couple of games and it worked and it stuck, right? Yeah. But I didn't have the trust in myself that what I was trying to do would actually make me better. I would just try something. If it worked, then I would do it. Yeah. And if it didn't work immediately, I would stop. Yeah. And then I would feel like I was trying so hard and I wanted to beat people so badly. But I didn't have the trust in myself that what I was doing was actually helping me improve.
No. I remember those guys.
No, it's not. This is like some kind of. I'm guessing this is some person that came a bit in the beginning and then kind of stopped.
Yeah.
We haven't heard of them for a long while.
Yeah. I will figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
And post it in the Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. That's with me as well. I need like that instant gratification.
Which is so dumb.
Instant reward. Yeah.
It's so dumb because it's like, of course, the best things are the ones that come hard.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? It's something about that. Oh well, yeah. I can't remember.
That's right.
I will play another game.
Yeah.
But you can keep asking me stuff. Captain Falcon.
Oh, sorry.
It's lagging.
Yeah, it's going to lag for a little bit. I'm fixing the overlay so that we can see the people and shit. I'm sorry.
It's gonna quit out.
There we go. Now you can play. Here we go. Yeah, sorry. The fucking handpains, man.
Yes.
Do you think that the handpains were the only reason that you lost your motivation?
That was the main thing, yeah. Because I stopped playing games basically, like all games, for a long while.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to love games. Or like I used to play a lot of online games. Like I played a lot of League of Legends and World of Warcraft and stuff. And that was like my hobby. So all of a sudden I didn't have a hobby anymore. So I struggled finding that a bit. But yeah, I used to like come back to Melee eventually, like now and then I realized I can play some. Oh, nice. And then I played, I got power ranked, and then I'm like, oh, my hands hurt again. So I used to get false hopes every time, like, oh, my hands aren't hurting this time. But then the next day they would hurt, and I would have to like repeat, like go and take a break, and then come back and realize, oh, they hurt again and stuff. So, what was your question?
The question was it that the soul thing? That's
oh yeah, yeah, I think so. And then I started finding like other stuff to do, like the meditation. I got really interested in that. And
did you start meditating after you started Smash?
Yeah.
So you got into that and then you found other hobbies, I guess?
Yeah. I started like I started going on walks more. Started watching a lot of shows. A lot of anime.
I feel like the funny thing is, after your hand paint started, you started hanging out with the Smash community a lot more.
I don't know about Smash community.
Okay, well, you started hanging out with me and Nekim and...
Yeah.
Like, you hung out with people in Smash more than you did previously.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Which is kind of funny in a way, that you stopped playing the game and then you started hanging out with people from the Smash community more.
Yeah.
As an effect of that, kind of.
Yeah. But I also think it was like because I stopped gaming.
Yeah.
So my social skills improved, and like I wanted to meet people a lot more.
Yeah. And at the time we lived very close together, so we would like take walks and stuff.
Yeah. So that was like the main reason, and then it started like being I started like focusing more on improving myself instead of myself in Smash.
The games, yeah.
And yeah, that's been fun.
Well, we were talking about handpains before.
Yeah.
You kind of touched on the subject that the thing that's strange about handpains, especially when you go to doctors and you get exercises or you get things to do, and they cannot find what you're doing, what's wrong anyways.
Yeah.
You start getting into a mode where your world, your life kind of exists around the concept of thinking about having pains.
Yeah, it's really weird, yeah. And it started being like, I could just lay down in bed, and I could start thinking about having pain, like, I could like imagine a pulsating feeling of pain.
Yeah.
When I was laying there, and then it would just come, and I was like, is that like imaginary or
is that real?
Yeah. That's what happens when you have like constant pain.
Yeah.
And like everything I was doing was hurting with my hands.
Yeah. What I realized was that to me, when I had serious hand pains, I would feel it even when I did not do anything that would be straining on my hand at all. Like I could watch a show and I would have hand pains.
Yeah.
Or I could, and I could also think about things that I would have to do that would cause hand pains and have like, almost like anxiety about it. Or not anxiety, but I was worried that it would cause hand pains.
Yeah.
To the point where I would be like, for instance, I would be like, I have to do dishes later.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, I'm gonna get hand pains. I played Smash and I'm doing dishes today, I'm getting hand pains.
Yeah. That was the same, yeah. And now like recalling it, I almost forgot about that period, but it was like really annoying and rough. Just because of that, like I could be, since I didn't get like a diagnosis or a solution, so I just it seemed like nothing worked, because even if I stopped playing, I was still, like you said, like even if I was just looking at like shows or something, it would still hurt. So I was like, and then you start to like come up with your own solutions, like maybe if I tilt my head this way a bit, and then
you start kind of making shit up.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if I play for an hour specifically, and then why the fuck did you quit out?
No,
he quit out after getting grabbed.
Fuck!
I fucking hate this grab, dude.
Yeah. You pummeled me, like punched me in the face.
Oh, Shrek!
Oh, what made it Shrek?
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Such an honor.
Such an honor to meet you, Shrek. Finally, Mr. Shrek.
But yeah, like after not finding, because I still like, I was addicted to Smash in a way, and I couldn't play the game
Because of hand pains.
Yeah. So I would, like I said, I would go to these like periods of playing and periods of not playing. And then eventually I stopped playing altogether, and I stopped, I quit my job
as an
IT support, because I wanted to travel, was my plan. I wanted to, like, I didn't want to do the IT support thing anymore.
Yeah.
And I just started at a new company where I was supposed to do the same thing that I've been doing for a long time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck this, I'm gonna travel and I'm gonna study something more interesting. And then I traveled a bit to Australia. And while I was there, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like touch my phone or
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're playing against Shrek. I can't help but meme.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Sorry.
Can't resist.
You're not gonna touch your phone.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna strain my hands in any way.
Yeah.
Because I was there for a month, so I was like, oh, I need a reset. And I saw on like Leffen stream sometime that like sometimes, or I think I read like an article as well. Like sometimes if you have this, you would have to like take a break basically for like 6 months or something in a row for it to go away. So I was like, I'm gonna do that, I think, because I was also planning on going to Asia.
Yeah.
For a trip, and I did that. I don't want to play Shrek.
Yeah.
I did that, and I got back, and I felt a little better in the hands. And then I hadn't played Smash for a while then, and I like stopped all gaming. So all my gaming needs, or like my addiction or whatever I had, that was all gone. So I didn't have the urge to play anymore. But I wanted to find a hobby, because all the dead time I had, I couldn't do anything. Like you can only watch so many series before it gets boring.
You feel like you want to do something actively. As well.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. Yeah, so yeah, that it wasn't a problem with wanting to play Smash anymore.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, since I didn't strain my hands at all, I started studying system developer last year, and I was like a bit I was a bit afraid of the hand pains then, because I still had like some hand pains. But yeah, I thought, yeah, I'll try this, and if it works, it works.
Yeah.
And since I didn't game at all, and I didn't strain my hands, I just focused on that, and my hands didn't hurt when I was like programming and stuff.
Yeah.
Which was, I was afraid of that might happen.
Yeah.
And since that didn't happen, I was a happy boy. And now I've like since Corona, I've been gaming a lot more. Like I started playing League with Ekim a lot. But my hands have been actually pretty good, like this entire time. And I'm not sure why. I'm not playing as much. Like I'm not playing as much melee either. So that's probably the reason. But yeah, like I haven't. The reason I forgot that I had those problems was because I haven't had them in a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because we both had hand problems at the same time, roughly.
Yeah.
And mine kept going, whilst yours kind of stopped when you were on the trip.
Yeah, but you stopped. You started.
I started doing exercises.
Playing.
Yeah. So my shot at trying to fix it was that I just believed that what I got from my physical therapist was going to help me.
Yeah.
So I would do the exercises diligently. For a year, I built up strength in my lower arm and hands by doing the same exercises for an entire year every day. Like I'm not even kidding. Every single day I did this shit.
Yeah.
And I got way stronger core strength.
Yeah.
And I had less pains than I did before.
Yeah.
But I still had pains. So I would try different strategies, like I would take breaks after playing this amount of time. So I kept making small improvements to a formula, right? Where I was like, this is how I avoid hand pains. But the problem was, it always got a little better, but it never got good.
Yeah.
I always had hand pains. Until recently, where I bought a book.
Yeah.
Which is super funny. And I have the book in my shelf.
Yeah,
I'm going to show this to the people. the mind-body prescription. The funny thing is, I haven't actually read this book. I bought it,
But I can recommend it.
and I haven't read it. But why I bought it was because I went back and I watched Silent Wolf's video on handpains.
Yeah.
And Silent Wolf, everyone probably knows who watched this, was a super good Smash player who suddenly quit really hard because of handpains. And his handpains got so bad to the point where, it wasn't just handpains anymore. He felt pains in his entire body.
Yeah.
It got so bad that eventually he was just sat there, or rather laying there in his bed, playing Pokemon Stadium speedruns all day, because that was the only thing he could do that he felt like didn't cause him pain. Like he had trouble walking and shit. Like his problem was way, way, way deeper than mine.
Yeah.
So I'd seen that video, and I went, well, what I have is probably not that similar to what Silent Wolf has.
Yeah.
But what Silent Wolf did was he found this book, and he read it, and suddenly he could actually play melee against Cyrox for like 6 hours in a row, and he wouldn't get pains outside of like feeling tired, like actual regular strain in your hands because you feel tired. He wouldn't get like pulsating pains or like strange unexplainable whatevers, you know. But I felt like this is not something for me because it doesn't come close to my pains.
Yeah.
But then, fast forward like a couple of years maybe, and then simply Super Mario 64 speedrunner gets the world record, and he talks about his journey through handpains because he also heard about this book, and in him talking about solving his handpains by realizing that his pains were not actually physically caused, and that's why he couldn't find the issues. His pains were actually psychologically caused by him having issues with the way he was trying to force himself to do things.
Yeah.
And when he came to the realization that my pains are psychologically caused by me, it's basically my body, you could call it that, but really it's the relation between your body and your mind, is trying to oppose the idea I'm trying to force upon it. So I'm trying to play a lot of Smash, but my body doesn't want to play Smash. I don't really want to. I'm just forcing myself because I feel like I really have to, you know.
Yeah.
In facing that and in realizing that the body's way of telling you I don't want to do this is by causing you pain so you physically cannot do it. I sort of faced it and I was like, maybe it actually is true. Maybe my hand pains are just caused by me not wanting to play. Because a lot of the time, when I did have hand pains and my worst hand pain periods came, it was usually when I was feeling also kind of bad about the game.
Yeah.
I was questioning whether or not I could beat people or whether or not I could be good. And then the hand pains would always come at the same time and it would go, oh dude, there's no way I could be good, I have those pains. Like, it kind of also became like a safety mechanism for me.
Yeah.
Where it'd be like, no, but even if I tried, I have this handicap. I cannot play too much, I have pains.
Yeah.
Whereas now, since I bought the book, I haven't even read it still, I sort of have started thinking about that. And I haven't had actual pains in a long time, like since I bought the book, which has been like maybe 4 months or something.
That's insane, actually.
Because I just started questioning whether, and it could be placebo.
Yeah.
But I was actually speaking to my neighbor next door, who's a medical practitioner. He's a studying doctor.
Yeah.
He was like, I mean, it could be placebo, but placebo is powerful.
Yeah.
Placebo works.
Yeah.
And if placebo works for you, then fucking go for it.
Yeah, but it's not placebo.
Yeah, then it is placebo,
Yeah,
but its effects are real because
Yeah.
placebo's effects are real.
Yeah.
So
No, that's really interesting, actually, with the mental side of it, that it could be that strong.
And it makes so much sense because it also has helped a lot that I've been having these coaching sessions with Drugfox, because to me, he has helped me with something that I have not been able to do throughout my time playing Smash, and that he has instilled a confidence in me in that I know how to improve.
Yeah.
I know how to improve, and I am improving.
Yeah.
The confidence in those two things I never had before. I could have them in spurs, maybe, where I felt like I would improve, but then I'd lose it.
Yeah.
Now there's like a wall where whenever I start going down the path of feeling like, oh dude, I'm not good, this is shit, whatever. There's a wall where something in my head just goes like, no, I know I can be good. No, I know I'm doing better.
Yeah.
Because I've had so much proof that I'm getting better. So I'm just not as good as I want to be.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different thing, and I can just practice to become closer to that. It's not some fatal flaw in me or something that I'm doing wrong as a person or whatever that's stopping me. It's just that I haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I actually haven't asked you about your hand paints in a while.
They're good.
Yeah, that's amazing. We will survive.
If there are any Stockholm players who have hand paints, I recommend you this book, even if you haven't read it myself. But I would recommend you to seriously consider that your hand paints could be emotionally caused. Or psychologically caused, I should say. Seriously consider, because it has really helped me. A lot. Anyway, sorry to like go on a trifecta or
No,
like tangent where I'm talking about myself.
No, it was related. It was really good.
Going back to you beating Daydee, I wanted to ask you at that time. Whoa! No! Why did he do that? What a fucker, dude!
Oh.
I completely lost my train of thought because that would have been so sick if he just let you.
Yeah.
What a fucker.
I really thought that would hit. Oh.
Well, it's because he shine stalled and didn't double jump into you.
Yeah.
He should have double jumped. What a fucker. Anyway, I was talking something about Daydee. I don't even care anymore. I was gonna say, oh yeah, I remember now. In beating Daydee, that was your best win, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever, because you're a known person in the Stockholm scene, but have you ever competed in any tournaments outside of Stockholm?
I've only competed in Valhalla in Denmark once, and I did not make it out of pools. That was last year, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't been traveling a lot. I don't know why. Like we went once to Air, the last one.
The last Air that was.
Yeah. And I was pretty hyped to play, but then my mom got me sick. She had like the flu. So I got the flu right before I went, so I like threw up on the plane and threw up the whole way, or like threw up in the hotel like the whole trip. So that was my Air experience.
It was so sad too.
Yeah, but I watched Daydee on the phone beating Prof.
Where they have his emote
Spawns
is from. Yeah.
That was really nice.
By the way, subscribe to get your Rev Heses.
Yeah, do that.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that was it, and then Valhalla. I beat Okami. And I beat.
You beat Okami?
Yeah.
Huh.
But like, yeah, it was best of 3 in pools.
Still, I didn't know.
But and I beat Norrlands Fox.
Mint Green?
No.
No, not Mint Green. I mean, fuck Norrlands Fox. His name is Oh, chat, help me.
If there's anyone left.
What the fuck is his name? He plays, what color fox?
Red, I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
Fami? No.
No. It was a really good one.
Yeah.
A fox in
Yeah.
Norrland.
Yeah. No, a fox in Norrland. In northern Sweden. He's one of the best players there. It's not mint green, it's not mint. It's not... Oh, fuck, what is his name? I don't remember. They have a Marth called Peanuts, right? And someone else. Peanuts... Sprinkles!
Yeah.
Sprinkles,
yeah.
it's Sprinkles, right?
Sprinkles,
yeah, thank you, Red Blaze. And thank you everyone else who guessed, by the way. It's not just... Not only correct answers get credit.
Yeah. Rest you can suck it.
So you beat Sprinkles,
Yeah.
but you lost to...
I lost to Lil Busk and Smarth. And some wobbling ice climbers.
And that's why you didn't make it out of pools?
Yeah. And I lost to Dev like last off.
Oh, I remember that.
Mm.
No, you you didn't even choke it, you just like...
I choked.
But it didn't feel like you were choking in the sense that you were
not
like nervous.
Yeah, no.
You just didn't care.
Yeah.
Because you had it, man. It was like last stock and you had a combo going, and I remember it was like an edge guard you missed or something.
Yeah.
That wasn't even that hard. You just kind of didn't get it and then you didn't care.
Yeah, like that was not the peak of my motivation.
Yeah.
Like I really didn't care about the tournament there. I wanted to go and have fun, just hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was like some weird, like maybe I would have made it out, but there was something like special about that.
Probably like a three-way upset.
Yeah, something like that. And again about the like wobbling ice climbers, like I just got, I was so done.
Yeah.
After that set.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Like if I would have had motivation to be better, then I would have
actually like tried to fucking beat ice climbers.
Yeah. But I'm just not having fun playing that, so.
Yeah. Nice. What did you? How did you enjoy your experience actually going to an like Valhalla was your first event? You actually did something else at basically than being sick in a hotel room.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go once at least just to see what it's like. I don't know. I liked it, but I did not love it.
Well, it not coinciding with a period of motivation for you probably was kind of bad.
Yeah, but I like my plan when going there was like I don't want to play too much on Mayday.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hang out, and we did that a bit. I don't know. I don't think it was the most interesting area either to go.
No.
So like the things around weren't that interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
Valhalla is in Copenhagen for those who are wondering.
Yeah.
But it was in a region in Copenhagen called like, do you remember what it's called?
No.
I don't remember either. It wasn't very interesting.
Yeah. But I think I would like more like a Newt or something more like hangouts.
Yeah.
Play if you want, but who cares?
Yeah, I think that would be the optimal tournament for you as well.
Yeah.
Or tournament, I don't even think it's a tournament.
Yeah.
It's just a chill event where you hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, I really miss SU, Stockholm tournaments.
Yeah.
Because I really like locals competing and stuff.
Do you still feel like you have a rivalry with your brother?
Well, a bit, but we don't play that much anymore. So I guess whenever we play in bracket, it's always fun to play. And I always like playing Samus, but there's not many Samuses except for Daydee and Sprague.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think, because I used to have a bit of rivalry because we played every day, but not anymore. I don't think. And he's gone like really good. It's like based on results, he's way above me now. So.
What are your like goals in the future for Smash or just in general? What do you want? How do you want the game to be in your life?
I want it to be like I was doing like this the last before Corona happened, basically. Like I go to a tournament once in a while, and I like to play rollback. Like I want to try the ranked when it comes out. Maybe I'll get more interested to grind them. But I think like for like competitive wise, I don't think that's not my goal anymore. Like to be the best in the world or whatever. So I want to keep it as a hobby because I really like the game still. Like as long as I take these breaks, then I'm enjoying the game.
Do you want to play one set before we finish?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
During the time leading up to the set, chat can feel free to ask questions to Kallkorv or me, and we will answer them to the best of our abilities. Or if there's something we've talked about that you want us to talk a bit more about, then go ahead. Do you feel like you've gotten everything out of the spotlight as you wanted it?
Yeah, I don't have anything else right now in my head at least. Sushi or pizza?
We had sushi today, actually.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
But like taste-wise, I would say pizza for sure. But I don't like eating a lot of greasy, fat stuff right now, so I would say sushi right now, just because I like to eat a bit more healthy now.
You're so cool.
Yeah, thanks. I know, thanks. Great question, Gillian. Thank you.
What do you ban, big boy?
I don't know. I ban FOD.
I banned this guy.
Alright.
And I banned this guy. Or this guy, depending on which one's legal.
Yeah, let's do this. But I'll do this.
Good luck, fucker.
Good luck. bullshit. That's fucking...
Oh, wow. No. No. That does not work against my character.
I know.
See ya.
Fuck off.
That was bullshit.
That's nice. I will go again.
Yeah. What's up, Ekim?
Just in time. Came for the best set in history.
Yeah. It's official. Yep, it's about to end. GG's. Okay, thank you everyone who came.
Thank you, thank you.
We're about to end this. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I think we had a fun couple of hours.
Yes.
But it's kind of dark now. I wonder if can they even see us now? Or have we gone full gamer mode? Oh, it looks like we're
Oh, we talked for 2 hours. That's crazy.
yeah.
Didn't feel like that at all.
No. I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Last time I think it was 2 hours 30. And then I really felt it at the end because it was like, oh god. But I think 2 hours is a pretty good time.
Yeah. Thank you, Sharp. Good chatting.
Mm-hmm. Good chat.
Good.
You wrote a couple of things.
Yes. They
And
were
I
all
joined that.
interesting.
Yeah, but thank you for coming. Thanks everyone for coming.
Thank you.
We're gonna head out and do, I don't know what.
We're gonna do the town.
We're gonna do drugs.
Yes.
My first time doing cocaine.
So excited.
I've never done anything. I haven't drank coffee even. And now I'm going straight to cocaine.
Yeah. Straight.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
How I stopped having hand pains using cocaine.
Yeah. Just. Yeah.
Just fucking
Just fucking go, bro.
Alright, boys.
Alright.
Thanks for the stream. See ya.